Hi everyone, I'm Heather.
I'm Hillary.
And we're the owners of Lébo Aesthetics Spa. We are having a little bit of a silly day today, so this might be a little entertaining.
This is like our third or fourth take.
Yeah.
Just to do the introduction.
Yeah, just to say hey. But today we are going to be talking about chemical peels, and we're going to answer a lot of questions. We're actually going to do a peel on me so that you can see what it looks like. I can talk to you about how it feels, and you can kind of take a look at some of the concerns that we're going to address on my skin so that you can see what a chemical peel is good for and all of that stuff. I know we do get a lot of questions as to, what should I do before a peel? Obviously, I came in today, I have full makeup on, and I'm ready to go. So you can wear makeup when you come in, we'll take it off, but we'll walk you through all of the steps of it so that you can kind of see what happens before, during, and after a peel.
Sounds like a plan.
Anything to add?
I think as we go through, I'll just kind of talk about different things with it and, the patients I see and, like you said, why we do what we do with them.
Okay, so we're going to go ahead and get started. You want to talk a little bit about the peel that you're going to do on me today?
So we're going to do a VI peel. We're going to do one that's called Precision Plus with peptides. It's a way to target pigmentation. Heather has melasma. It's been a condition that a lot of women have, and men can have it too, but it definitely seems to affect women more. It often is hormone driven. So if you are pregnant and you get in the sun, sometimes you see this pregnancy mask come out. Other times it's because you've been on birth control, and it could have been even if you were on birth control when you were in your teens and you got some sun, maybe you were in a tanning bed years ago, or just a lot of sun and it implants in there. You don't see it until then you hit like 30s and then it starts to come out. A lot of women that kind of trouble with it more than anything is women that have to be on estrogen or progesterone. So a lot of times that elevates that type of melasma and that pigment, and it wants to keep it there. So it's a maintenance of trying to keep it under. Unfortunately, you can't always be on the products that really keep it under. So it's weaning on, weaning off, weaning on, weaning off. It's a whole cycle of doing it, but we can really keep it under control by using products, by doing chemical peels. So that's why we're doing the VI peel Precision Plus on her. We're gonna work on that melasma. The VI peel has a lot of different peels that we target acne and wrinkles and fine lines and pigmentation as far as like sunspots and things like that. So it's not just for melasma patients. We can use it in a lot of different ways. I love the VI peel though because it has a numbing agent in it. So some chemical peels will feel a little more burny. This one's really comfortable. I will give her a fan during the treatment, but honestly, that's just more like, it just helps you breathe a little bit. Sometimes some of the chemicals, they're not like strong, but they can be a little like, some people cough a little bit, so it just makes it a lot more comfortable.
Yeah. And you'll notice once my makeup is off, you'll notice kind of the difference between melasma and just like a brown spot, a sunspot. Melasma is more of like a masking, and you'll see like how it comes down the side of my face. Some women just get it up on their upper lip. You'll see it how it masks on my forehead. You'll kind of get to see the difference of what this is versus just a sunspot or a brown spot or something like that. So I guess we're ready.
Yeah, why don't you go ahead and lay back and then I'll get you cleansed and we'll kind of talk through the process.
Okay.
So with the chemical peels, we have a lot of different peels, and we kind of just need to choose which one's going to be either the best for you, for your lifestyle at the time. Like maybe you don't want to peel a whole lot. So we might do a lighter peel in the beginning, or maybe you're really nervous. We'll start with a lighter peel. Maybe your skin's super sensitive.
If I have a peel and it's a medium peel or a deep peel and I don't peel, does it still work?
Right, so how chemical peels even work is we use a blend of different acids. They're all blends pretty much. And they will penetrate down into the skin. And usually about 2 to 3 days after you have the chemical peel, your skin gets real tight and taut, and then you start peeling. Most people peel around their mouth area first and then kind of work to the outer edges. Some people don't peel at all, and that's fine. The acids all have purposes, so they will still lighten the skin, even pigmentation, help to create collagen. So you don't necessarily have to peel. It's just some people peel like crazy, others hardly peel at all.
Yeah, I'm one of those people because my skin is a little bit oilier, and it's thicker, so I don't typically peel as much. Also,
I feel like crazy.
Yeah, where her skin's
And I
a
start
lot
way earlier than most people.
thinner, and her skin is drier, so she peels a little bit more. The other thing is that your skin does renew itself every 28 to 30 days. And the peels help to speed up that cell turnover cycle. But if you're already speeding up because you're using good products and you're on great skincare, oftentimes you don't see as much of that exfoliation due to your skin being in a healthier state.
Right.
But you still get the benefits of it.
Yeah.
So that's, it's kind of nice. But
yeah, everybody's just different, on how they react afterwards. It's really rare someone has a bad reaction to a chemical peel. A lot of people are afraid of chemical peels because they hear this acids are going to be on the skin. It's really rare. And even like with a VI peel, it's one of like the deeper peels, but it's really like you get this even peeling. It's not like it's causing a lot of trauma to the skin. Most people are very comfortable even through the whole peeling process. It's just that your results are faster when you do a little bit stronger of a peel versus the lighter ones. We just might have to do more of them to get you to that same result. So I usually tell patients we could do 6 lighter peels or we could do 3 deeper peels to kind of get to that same result. Products that you're using ahead of time, that's super important, because if you're just using like things that are really like gentle and mild on the skin, they leave a lot of a film on the skin. So you're not prepped. You don't have that turnover occurring, so the peel doesn't penetrate the same way. You don't get quite the impact of a peel. So it might take a couple more peels to get through that if you're not using something that's a little bit better with the medical grade and getting that sloughing to occur already ahead of time. I personally like to have you start with products first if you're not using something that is going to get that started. And then I'll have you do that for about 4 weeks, and then we do the first chemical peel. That's typically how I'll start somebody.
yeah, because your skin really should be prepped, for the best outcomes for something like this.
And a common question, and what a lot of providers do, is they will recommend like you to stop a retinol ahead of a chemical peel. I actually like you to do the retinol up until the peel. Now, if you are really taking that retinol and you're a little more dry, a little more sensitive at the time, we'll just start with a lighter peel because you're gonna take it more. So there's so many different things we can do to make it right for you, but I want that retinol to be doing its thing and getting that turnover, bringing up these healthy cells. Your outcome is going to be really good with it.
So I know another question that we get asked a lot is, can you do peels with a tan or over the summer months?
You really don't want to. You can cause a lot of complications. Anytime that you have an overproduction of pigment from the sun, we can cause more trauma, and we could make that pigment stay. We could make the pigment go away, which would give problems to the skin and the color, long term. So it's better to be at your normal color and not be in the sun when you're having chemical peels. The other thing too, with the sun in general, is the sun is breaking down healthy cells. It's a free radical. It's destroying healthy cells. So if we're trying to bring them up and then you're damaging them, you're really throwing your money away, and you're causing a lot more damage because you're putting these healthy cells. It's like putting a baby in the sun. You wouldn't want to do that. You'd want to protect that baby. It's the same thing with our skin. If we've got all these healthy cells coming up and we're going to stick it right in the sun, we're damaging it. So it's not good.
So an alternative over the summer, if you want to continue with your treatments, what would you recommend?
So we could definitely do microdermabrasion. Microdermabrasion is safe to do in the sun. But again, I still, make sure you're wearing your sunscreen. If you get a little bit of sun, it's fine, but we don't want you to be like baking in the sun while you're having treatments. It's defeating what you're trying to do. The sun's not good for our skin. It's okay to have some sun exposure and having your sunscreen on, but if you're really getting like a lot of tan and getting very dark, don't really want, you're hurting it. So you could be spending money to make things healthy and you're throwing it away. But microdermabrasions are safe to do. They're not going to cause any type of pigmentation to the skin or cause any type of complications.
What about if I use a self tanner? Can I have a peel?
You can. It'll just take it off. So it doesn't look very good. I usually tell patients you can use the self tanner from like the neck down and then use like a bronzer kind of makeup.
Okay.
And then that way you can continue with that.
Like a tinted sunscreen?
Yeah, tinted sunscreen or like a bronzing powder.
Okay.
So you can look like you have some sun. That's what we all do. We all do like the self tanners and the bronzing makeup.
Yeah. Can I put makeup on right afterwards? What do you typically recommend?
So all chemical peels are a little different. This particular one with the VI peel, you will have the peel on and you're gonna leave it on for about 4 hours. And then you're going to wash the skin and use a particular pad afterwards. So you would not want to put makeup on today. Some of the chemical peels that we have, you only have to leave it on for about 2 hours. So if you would do it now and then have to go to a dinner tonight, you'd be fine to like cleanse the skin and put makeup on if you had to. Typically patients don't wear makeup that day. It's just kind of easier not to, but if you had to, you could.
And then with the actual flaking and peeling of the skin, what do you normally tell people when does it start and how long does it last?
So typical peeling starts about day 3 after a chemical peel. So if this is day 1, then on day 3. And it's usually kind of towards the end of the day that it starts, but everybody's different. And it usually lasts about 3 to 4 days. So it starts usually around the mouth area where it's just because we move our mouths the most. And then it works its way to the outer edges. So usually day like 3 and 4 are kind of the most noticeable. And day 5, 6, and 7, if you have anything, it's kind of like on these outer edges. Makeup can be worn while you're peeling. The only thing with wearing makeup is it enhances the look of the peeling. So it's often kind of makes it a little more noticeable. If you were just putting like the lotion on, like this particular one comes with a lotion for afterwards. If you're just putting that on, it keeps it really hydrated and yes, you can still see the peeling, but it's not quite as noticeable, I think, as if you were wearing makeup. So I'm gonna put this fan around you.
Okay.
Lift your head just 1 second.
So can you see more of the masking right now with the melasma?
Yeah, you definitely can. So you can definitely see, this masking that occurs. It's more like on her forehead, and then you can see how it's kind of spotted as it runs down through here. I'd say like the most noticeable part of masking is kind of like up in here. And some people will see this and think, I just have some like sun damage. This is part of the melasma masking because you can kind of tell it's a little thicker through here the way it runs, even though it's a little spotty. Same thing over here. You can really see how it's just some of that thicker patch. And then same thing, it's just how it runs over for her. It's unusual that she doesn't really have it across her lip. A lot of women that have it do.
Don't jinx me.
I know, so it's a nice thing. I know, for her. She hates it. I mean, everybody that has melasma hates melasma.
Sorry.
It's just annoying because it constantly wants to come up and heat can bring it up. So you do have to be careful. Like that's why the fan is on for her. We don't want to have peels that are super hot. The VI peel is so nice because of that numbing agent. It tends to not be as hot as some of the other peels. Not that they're uncomfortable because a lot of people are so afraid of them. It's just they can feel just a little spicier when they don't have that numbing agent in. With the numbing agent, you don't really feel anything, which is nice for that melasma because we keep it nice and cool and her skin doesn't really react a whole lot. She might get a little red as we do it, but okay, so this is a pre-treatment wipe, which is gonna prep her. I'm just gonna start right here.
And this just degreases the skin?
Yep, degreases it, takes any film or any like residual makeup off that maybe we didn't get off completely when we cleansed. So that way the skin is really prepped and ready to take on the peel. And this is stinky, but it's not really burny.
No.
And I did use my retinol up like last night. So
Perfect.
last night. So
That's good. So now I'm gonna mix the peel. And then this is the peptide booster that gets added to the VI peel. So this, when you do a peptide precision plus peel, it has not only the VI peel, but it has their peptide blend that goes in it, which again is used to lighten and brighten and help to suppress some of that pigment.
So just another question, Hillary, that we get asked a lot. So who's the best candidate for a chemical peel?
I mean, really, anybody can have a chemical peel. Best candidate would just be based on the concern. There's so many different peels and so many different reasons we can do it. So if somebody comes in for acne, it doesn't matter their age, it doesn't matter how severe, we just have to pick the right peel that's gonna give them the best benefit. Same thing with aging. It doesn't matter if somebody's young and just starting like the beginning of aging versus somebody that is, I have patients into their 90s that are still coming in, you know, and the peel that I'm doing on one versus another, it could be the same depending on what I'm targeting. But again, that's just listening to the patient, working with the provider so that we're really like addressing the concern that is the most prevalent to that patient.
and if I have sensitive skin, can you still do a peel?
Anyone can do it.
Anybody.
Anyone. So like I'll have like a 12-year-old, you know, or an 11-year-old, a very young, you know, kind of that beginning of acne. There's light peels that sometimes we just start because it's just, maybe it's blackheads. They're stuck in there. The peel softens them, makes it super easy to make them come out. And then we put just a little bit more of the peel on. It's not really burning at all. Patients are fine. But it then makes that blackhead go away. So there's so many different options.
But what about darker skin types?
Darker skin types, we can definitely do all of them. It just, certain peels can't be done on darker skin types, but there are a lot of peels that can be done. The eye peel is one that can be done on anybody.
Okay.
So this is the first layer of the peel that I'm gonna put on. It often feels burny if the patient feels it burny for about 10 seconds. It's like mildly heat is kind of what most people say.
And with this one, it's nice because you can see where you've been and where you need to go.
Yeah.
Because it's a different color.
Yeah, it's just a little kind of, a little more orangey, I'd say. They did do some reformulations with it. So it used to be really orangey. It's not as orangey as it used to be.
Okay.
How you feeling?
It feels fine. I don't feel anything really. Just, you have the, you know, I can has a little bit of a scent to it, you know, but other than that, I don't.
You can see her skin, you know, it's a little red. It's not anything crazy. I love the eye peels just because they are very comfortable and you peel like a good amount, you know, if you're gonna peel, like it's just a nice even peel that gets good results.
So you do recommend a series?
I do recommend a series. I have patients that'll say, I want to try one and just see, you know, what the results are. Problem with just doing one is it's usually not enough to give you like the full result. So it does typically take several to get you to where you want to be, whether that is for fine lines or whether it's for texture of the skin or whether it's for pigmentation or whether it's acne. You know, a lot of these things, we're still aging, you know, we have to take good care of our skin. So it's something that you want to do a series and then usually kind of do several a year to keep up with it.
So I know you kind of touched base on it earlier, but you said like some people are scared of them. So, and we do get asked a lot, like, because of using the different chemicals, can it hurt my skin?
I would say the only way that it could ever quote unquote hurt the skin is if somebody would be allergic to something that we would have no idea. It's not hurting it, it's just that you might have a rash or be itchy or something like that afterwards. It is really, really rare that happens, but it's always a risk because if you've never done anything, we wouldn't know until we put it on. So things that somebody could do to themselves would be, we do the peel, you're getting ready to peel and you go into the sun, you get a sunburn. That would be really bad. You could pigment your skin.
Or what happens when you start peeling
and you pull it.
Right,
that would be the other thing. So pulling the skin, it's different than if you were peeling from a sunburn. People love to pull at that. This is different. So the skin could be a little thicker and it's not going to pull the same way. So you could actually make yourself very raw. I did have a patient, this was probably 20 years ago, that came in with like stripes on her face because she pulled it. So, and we say over and over again, do not pick or pull. And she knew, she came in, she goes, I know I did this to myself. So then it's a recovery of just helping her heal and she ended up being fine, but it's just, you don't want to do it. Not everybody will be fine, especially with darker skin. You could really cause some pigmentation problems by doing that. So make sure you follow the instructions. We really go through instructions with you. Every single peel we do has post-care instructions. So we make sure that you have everything that you need. If it's something that doesn't come with the peel, it might be something that you need to purchase. Some of the chemical peels don't have like a post-treatment cream. So it would be then like we have hydrating cream or we have fortified moisturizer that we recommend for after peels if that's needed. Okay?
I feel fine.
Good.
I don't feel anything really.
Perfect.
Maybe just a slight tingling, but nothing
Good.
Nothing crazy.
So, and as you can see, I just kind of keep layering it. Now, some people, because of maybe what products they're using ahead of time, I'll start putting this on. They take it a little bit more. Maybe I can't do as many layers all over like I'm doing on Heather. It just depends on the skin. That's what we're trained for, is to know like how your skin's handling it and, you know, kind of at what point do we need to stop.
Yeah, I even gave you a little pimple here.
I saw.
Did you see that?
I did see that.
That came out this morning.
Yeah. That is a little doozy.
Mm-hmm.
So this will really help to make that go down. We do extractions at times when we do chemical peels. It kind of just depends. On something like that where the pimple's just starting, you do not want to extract it. I'm sure everybody has popped a pimple a little too soon and then it becomes this angry monster that you're dealing with. That is what would happen if we went after that. So, you know, there's certain things that we know we can take out. There's certain things we know we should not take out. So Heather's really taking this peel very nicely. There's certain things that I look for to see how her skin is kind of taking it. One of the things that occurs where it's kind of like our shut off point in certain areas, it's called frosting. So you can see a little bit, just a tiny bit of frosting occurring on her chin. Some people, and she's like a tiny bit over here, some people will come in and will put that first layer on and they get frosting immediately in an area and it gets real white. Well, that tells us we're done in that area, we're gonna go somewhere else. So for her, it's also why I'm giving it a little bit of time between her layers, because I want to see how her skin's taking this layer. You know, is there an end point? Like I won't put more on her chin in that area because it's taken it to that end point.
Now, like right after, like, do you recommend like no exercising, no, you know, like overheating, that kind of stuff, like afterwards?
Yeah, so you really don't want to work out like the day of a peel. Sometimes even the next day, if for like a VI peel, if you would work out really hard tomorrow, it could reactivate the peel to some degree and feel kind of burny. So I usually say about 48 hours. Others, like if you can go for a walk, things like that, it's just more of like heavier exertion. Yeah. So a lot of people like it because it's a good excuse not to work out.
I was just going to say, it's twofold. You get good skin and you don't have to go to the gym for 2 days. That will definitely be my excuse.
I did have a patient one time that cut hot peppers the night that she had a chemical peel. I don't know what kind of pepper, if it was like a jalapeno or a ghost pepper or what it was, but her face was on fire. And
just from the fumes?
Just from I guess because the pepper itself has like a peppery fume and it's hot to begin with, it seemed to interact with the peel and made her face feel very hot. So I do tell patients now, like, don't cut hot peppers. I've never had anyone else ever say that, but she did. So it was just kind of a weird coincidence.
Yeah.
But
so crazy.
Yeah.
She was fine though?
She was fine.
Yeah.
It's the same thing. Like if you would work out, you're gonna be fine. It's just a little burny. But especially the day of, you've got the peel on, you have to leave it on for 4 hours. You're doing with the VI peel, there's like another retinol pad that you do afterwards. I wouldn't want to go and work out with all that on. I think it's just better, definitely to stay away.
The only thing that I'm noticing now is just like, as you put more layers on, it's just my skin's getting tighter.
Okay.
But that's it.
Yeah, a lot of people say when they walk out, like, I do feel kind of tight. It's very normal. Now some skin too, as we're putting these layers on, like Heather's skin doesn't really suck in the product, where some do. Like when I get mine, I put a layer on, it's like not there in like 10, 20 seconds because I just absorb it so quickly. My skin's on that drier side. For her, she's not as dry, so it just tends to kind of sit on the surface. So I just have to let it kind of do its thing, and then I'll put another layer on. I don't want it to be like dripping off of her.
We get asked a lot of like, how much do peels cost? And I know it's
a range, but it ranges anywhere from pretty much like $150 to $350. So VI peels are like anywhere from $300 to $350, depending on which peel we do. And all the other peels, some of them start, like I said, about $150 and then go up from there.
So when do you recommend that I can start back on my skincare regimen?
So you'll wait a week.
Okay.
And then you can start back up on everything.
Okay.
I did go over her chin again because that little bit of frosting that she had really calmed down, so it's good.
What about like when men get them? Like, do you recommend that they don't shave their face, shave their face?
So if they want me to be in an area where they have hair, they should shave it ahead of time. So like some men come in and they've had a mustache their whole life and they feel they'll never not have the mustache. They're not going to shave that off for me to do a peel, which is fine, but I'm not going to put the peel in that mustache because I can't really get through it. So wherever they have shaved, I like them to shave ahead of time. Usually like the day before. If they shave the day of, they're just going to take it a lot more because it's like an extra exfoliation ahead of time. Won't hurt anything. It's just that they'll react a little bit more quickly. So I might see that frosting a little bit sooner if they shave the day of. But it's really whatever's better for the patient. So if they had to shave the morning of, it's fine. And I'll be able to see that they react a little bit faster. But you definitely don't want to have a lot of facial hair in an area that you want me to work in.
And then if they obviously want to keep their face shaved, they can do it when it's ready?
Yeah, okay. So they can, if they're really peeling, men don't typically peel quite as much as women. Their skin's thicker. So if they are really peeling, they definitely want to wait until they are done peeling to shave. So they might have some stubble that they have, or they could use an electric razor. That'd be a little bit more gentle.
Okay.
And just, make sure that they're just kind of trimming it a little bit more,
Okay.
rather than like shaving it.
Oh, I just thought of another one that we get asked. Can you have a peel done if you're pregnant?
No.
Okay.
It's just not studied enough. You don't really know, how the acids are absorbed into the body. So I would not deal with that. Microdermabrasions.
Microdermabrasions, yeah.
Isolase is another one you can do. There's other treatments we can do.
How's it looking?
Looks good. I have a little more to get in there.
Okay. Well, it's feeling fine,
Yeah.
so it's not a problem.
Good.
So the peel that we're using today will address obviously the pigment that I have, but then also help with fine lines, tone, texture, all of that stuff as well, right?
Yes, correct.
Okay.
All VI peels will help with that regardless.
Okay.
It's just some have a little bit more customization to either, like the advanced VI, it's like 25% stronger. So for somebody that needs a little more depth to their peel, we would do that. This one is better for the pigment. We have one that's better for acne. So they all just have a little bit different blend of ingredients depending on what we're trying to target. And then we have the regular VI peel, of course, which is a good stepping stone for somebody just to try a VI peel at first. Some people just love the regular VI peel, every time. It's checking off a lot of the boxes that we're working on, so it just depends.
And the different types of acids that are used, they're all obviously have been studied and are safe and FDA approved.
Yes.
To be used.
Yes. I mean, acids have been around for so long. I mean, you go back into like the Renaissance time and, that's where like lactic acid was derived from. Same thing with glycolic. You had women bathing in milk baths. Well, that's lactic acid. Grape seeds were crushed and put on the skin. That's your glycolic. So it's been around forever. They just have ways to streamline it and make it more potent, but it's still derived from the same things. I'm just gonna rub this in just a little.
Can this be done on any body part?
Any body part?
Or area, like if I wanted to do my neck and chest,
Yes.
or if I wanted to do my hands. Or...
Yep, absolutely.
Okay.
Yep. We do have to keep in mind that sometimes like the neck area is a little more sensitive. So sometimes like with the VI peel, I don't necessarily put as many layers down the neck area. We might just do one layer to start off with, see how you do with that. And then from there, we can always add a little bit more as we go through. So at this point, she's done with the actual application of the peel. How do you feel?
I feel good. Like
Yeah.
I said, it feels a little tight, a tiny bit like tingly, but that's it.
Yeah.
I mean, nothing, it didn't hurt by any stretch of the means.
No, that's
and
the best part about the VI peels. They're just so comfortable.
It doesn't, but yeah, it was completely fine.
Good. I'm gonna take this fan away.
Okay.
I'm gonna take this, and I'm just gonna sit you up here.
Okay.
So now the post-care kit. The one thing that's really nice with the VI peels is it comes with a whole kit. So it makes it easy to kind of know what to do. It's right here. So you can see here, there's a post-treatment repair cream. There's a gentle cleanser. There's a sunscreen. And this one comes with a few more towelettes than what some of the other ones have. So on this, it will tell you exactly how, and we go through this individually when I'm done with a patient. It goes through exactly how to do everything. So you can see here, like day 1, 4 hours post-treatment, you're gonna cleanse the skin and you're gonna use one of the post-peel towelettes that are green. And then 1 hour before bedtime, you're gonna cleanse the skin again. You're gonna do this, and then you're just gonna wait about 30 minutes and then you're gonna do this one. But it's all in here. So we'll go through this together just so you know like your post-care and you know everything that you're gonna be doing. You get this booklet to come to, come home with you. The towelettes are only done on the first 2 days. After that, you're done with them. Then all you're doing after you do those towelettes after the 2 days is really just pampering your skin. And that's using the cleanser, the post-treatment repair cream, which is like an ointment base, so it really helps with hydration, and then your sunscreen. You have to wear your sunscreen to help to protect it. And, like I said, you don't want to pick or pull. That's the most important thing. But it's pretty easy. It's nice. You have everything that you need, and it's pretty easy to take care of it afterwards.
Yeah. So I've had a VI peel done before, but this one that I had done today is a new formula. So we'll see how my skin takes it. I'm excited. I love, 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 love how my skin feels and looks after having a peel. It just always looks so smooth and it feels clean and
nice and tight.
Nice and tight.
Looks so polished afterwards.
Yeah.
Looks really good.
Yeah.
Makeup goes on so nicely, and
really
once you're done peeling, it just looks really beautiful.
Yeah. Now that I'm done with this one, what's your recommendation? Like, how often should I have another one? Like, when should I come back?
Sure. So when we're doing it in a series and we're trying to be more corrective, it'd be about 4 weeks that I'd bring you in for your next one.
Okay.
If I'm doing it more for maintaining, and we, have you on the good skincare, we've already done your series of them. We've got everything kind of where we want it to be. I might do them maybe every 3 to 4 months that we'll do a deeper peel. Again, it depends what skincare products you're on. The better the skincare regimen that you're doing, the less sometimes I need to see you to have things like this done, because you're doing something every day to encourage the health of your skin.
Okay. So I'm excited, and thank you for spending time with us today to go over chemical peels. Of course, if you have any additional questions, you can always reach out to us or check us out on our website, our social media, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, all those fun things. YouTube, obviously. But yeah, and our website has a ton of knowledge on there. There's a ton of questions with answers and before and after photos, so you can kind of get an idea of what a peel can do for you. And again, we offer free consultations with everything, so don't hesitate to give us a holler. Thank you.
Thank you.